Hey guys, it's Swifty Gamer here, and today I'm having a little look at the Football Manager 2015 new features video. It's a bit late, I know. Uploaded about 8 days ago, but let's have a look at it now then. Alright, so I've got down here. It's very useful to navigate in between each of the main bits. The first bit I'd like to point out is the new user interface. I have to keep on looking down to see what it is. They've switched from the top to the bottom, but they've also kept the top bit as well, which I think it'll probably be quite useful for switching in between the transfers and stuff. And you see on where it says inbox at the top, to be able to actually search something, you click on the magnifying glass, and then it removes where it says inbox, then 11th and Sky Bet Championship, and then Reading at home 4 days. You'll get rid of that, and then you just type in what it is, and it'll do another drop down. If I open, it's very useful. Yeah, thanks to SI for publishing this. The new features video is very useful. Also, if I switch to Tracksuit Manager, if I just skip into it, there you go. And there's actually I'll just go like that. Don't know what's happening there. There we go. Let's see. Look, you've got Tracksuit Manager and Tactical Manager. When you you switch in between your focus, and you'll get more points allocated to which your focus. So if you had if your focus was all on coaching, you'd have like 9, no, 50. I don't remember how much. You'd have a lot on coaching, and then very little on tactical. So like me myself, I'd be just a bit on tracksuit because I'm more of a tracksuit manager than a tactical. I don't really have tactics. They just very annoying, especially when you have a tactic, make them work really hard, and your tactics like really low, like how they know it is really low, and you're just like, why? So hopefully this would help it. And you can also just remove them and then allocate it. But as you see down where it says points left to allocate, right here where my cursor is, you can, or you could have seen, I'll roll back to it. It will say when you remove, say, 2 points of adaptability, move 2 off there, it will have 2 points allocated, but you can only allocate it to the tactical manager part. The same if you remove some. See, look, you can only add them into these ones. You can't take them all off here, put them all on there, which would be actually quite good. So lovely picture there. Match engine is meant to be. I mean, you never really. With the graphics, it's meant to be a lot better. And there's other things I'll go into later on, but player roles has added player roles as well, which I guess you don't really need a load of player roles. I won't go into much depth about that. And there's player preferred roles as well. Like it should probably come up with it. They go, where is it? Roman Playmaker. That's one of the new ones for the central, like CDMs. And on the left wing, which I thought that was already on there. Oh no, I didn't know. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Rom I can't pronounce that. So then we've also got the new scouting. Just him not even speaking. The scouting is meant to be like, when you start a save, you can choose if you have masking attributes. I usually disable that because it's like on FIFA. It's really annoying. Well, it is. I sort of like it now, but last season I hated it where you couldn't see their attributes. You couldn't search for like players in between 70 and 80 overall. But this isn't FIFA, is it? And now instead of just having like a little dash where you cannot see it, it will actually give you a rough estimate. Like on FIFA, you might say 77 to 81, and it will say like it was like 11 to 15 on this, or something like that, like something in between. So if we get onto here, wait till it. I don't know what's happening. Okay, see, look, here where the cursor is, look, leadership 3 to 7. You're not going to know all of them. You might know a few of them, but you won't know all of them. Like some of the main ones you might know, especially but some of them you will obviously know all of them. Say like Messi and Ronaldo. The majority of those will be on there. Press conferences. I haven't actually looked much detail into press conferences because I usually just spam it. I never really look through. It's only when you first get the game you then actually like the first few press conferences you actually read them all and actually choose the one you want. But then eventually when you have a lot of hours on the game, you just want to play the games. You're just like, I don't care about the press conferences. And then there's another thing. There's a few more things, but finances. Finance has been very useful. But it's a bit difficult for some people because they don't understand the finances. I've only just really understood it. But they've added there's all the fair play regulations, which I think now if you're BPL team you go above 50 million spending, or I think it's if you have a below 50 million revenue or something like that. I'm not too sure on this financial fair play, but you then get chucked out of Europe eventually or something. But then I guess if you're Barcelona, UEFA will be like chuck you out and then put you straight back in again. Same with all bans. They never get bans. They couldn't really help Luis Suarez's ban, could they? He hasn't exactly played well for them anyway, so he shouldn't have been like Luis Suarez. He should have just stayed at Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool would be doing a lot better. He'd be doing a lot better. It's a win-win for them. But as a Man United fan, I was happy to see him leave, especially when he scored against us. And I'll show you the manager profile. On the manager profile is another one of the. Well, they're pretty much the same, really. Besides, you can see the past managers. You can just see your career achievements. It's a lot easier to see them now than having a load of like this, which I don't really like. That we have to scroll through all of it. I mean, it's all right, but I prefer if it all just set, like, why would you want to even read through this? I mean, there's some people who would, but I just don't even understand why you would want to be perfectly honest. The overall ones, I have looked through a few of them when I got to like 20, like 30 on one of my saves. So it took me a long time to get to there. And just looking through some of my past sales and be like one of them I sold a player for like $5,000 or something. I was playing for my Plymouth Argyle. I then get to the Champions League final, I end up coming up against him, and it was Nottingham Forest versus Plymouth Argyle, and he scored like 2 goals against me, and that was quite gutting. He was like 16 years old, just let him go on 5k. Didn't look very good. Like my scouts would look like my when I had him, it didn't say that his potential was good. It was like pretty much the exact same. And I just thought I might as well sell him. I'm not gonna get anywhere. He ends up getting somewhere, so that's probably just a little bug that I have that sometimes happens. And then there's job interviews, which is there's something I'd warn you about job interviews if you don't know already. If you're already at a team, and so you just made the save as a team, they're welcoming you to when you're actually their manager. Only then ask for more money. Never say you're unemployed and there's a manager offer at Aston Villa. You're like, oh, might as well take it. They're giving you 5 million to spend. You want more. You ask for more money. A lot of the time they reject you unless you're a very, very good manager. Like say you've won multiple leagues, or you've used the in-game editor to make your reputation as like 10,000. I think that's the most you can get it. Yeah, I think it is. Pretty sure it's out of 10,000, like all reputations. And then if you did that, it's very difficult to have a lot of money on. To get a lot of money at the start. I've always been lucky with mine, joining a team, ask for more money. They actually accept my job interview. I then signed for the team. I'm like, I need more money than like 10 million to get this. Like, I had this Portsmouth save. Well, I didn't really have it. I was at a load of different teams that got sacked a few times. Like, I was at Woking, and I got sacked for like being in relegation for most of the league, and they just gave me no money at all. Wasn't really expecting a lot of money from them anyway, but I just didn't do very well. Got this job offer, and at Portsmouth, and was it my Portsmouth one? Oh, I don't remember. But they're like, they want me to finish Champions League. They just came up. They want me to finish Champions League. A lot of their players have just left because they didn't like the new manager. As soon as I joined, they all wanted to leave, all the good ones. And then altogether, after I sold all the players, I had like 30 million. Managed to, I mean, that's not really a lot when you have to buy literally about 10 players. The only player that stayed was the goalkeeper, and he was fantastic. But I just did not want him to leave. But that's just a little story about mine. Training is one of the most annoying things. That's really tactics. I just find it so annoying training, where you try and get them trained for ages and they never get the tactic like well known. It's just so frustrating. And then you figure out you've got the tactic quite well known. Always have other tactics. Because there's amount of time to start the save and had to quit it and start a new one just because my tactic I would lose every game. Use a new tactic, I'd be winning a few, like the exact same team, and I was just like, well, how does that? Tactics really do affect it, but tactics is something you have to get right. See, look, this I usually always have this on. Tactical. I always have it on that. I always want them to know the tactic. And the last thing, second last thing, is Movember. Like, there's Movember in real life. They've implemented that into Football Manager. It's a good little thing to have. Sorry, I tried to cough there. It's a very good thing to have. They just grey facial hair, and I guess it is quite interesting to have, and funny. But it's just one of those little things that might make the game a little more fun for you. And the last thing is, like on PlayStation, PS4, you can just press share and then go to stream. I either stream on Twitch or you stream on Football Manager. You can just go and automatically stream your game on Twitch. Like, you don't have to download anything. Literally just press a few buttons and then you're there, just streaming. I mean, that's going to hopefully make Football Manager give it a bigger reputation, especially for people who play FIFA. They're just like, they don't like Football Manager. I'm just like, it's still a football game. Football Manager is better than FIFA, in my opinion, personally. Besides playing the games, like FIFA, you can always rely on changing the difficulty. Like, if you're doing badly, change the difficulty, and you're playing the game, so you can only really blame yourself when you play badly. Football Manager, it's a lot more complicated. You don't have difficulties that are set. And the one best place to probably pre-order this at the moment is probably Amazon. It's like £29.96, and you get pretty much the beta game, 2 weeks before the game's release. So you get it on probably like the 23rd or 24th of October, which if I just have a look, so that's under 10 days left. So yeah, it's a no-brainer to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I haven't done it yet. But I would definitely recommend to you to get this game. If you like the video, please comment any videos you'd like me to do, and subscribe.